members, parents, advisors, and guests, get on your feet and get excited. Now welcome back your State Vice President, Caitlin Simmons. State Vice President, Haley Neely. State Vice President, Audrey Cutlip. State Vice President, Brooke Feeder. State Secretary, Joey McCannon. And State President, Austin Cathcart.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding this, the third general session of the 90th annual South Carolina FFA Convention and Expo. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the doors open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The Reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
The flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The Treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The Secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The Advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we'll follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you. The secretary will call the roll of members.
I am pleased to announce that at this, the third general session of the 90th Annual South Carolina FFA Convention, there are 958 members and guests present, Mr. President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this the third general session of the 90th Annual South Carolina FFA Convention duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. First off, I'd like to welcome you here tonight. But before we go any further, I would like to recognize our guest advisor for the third general session, Mr. Tommy Harmon. Mr. Harmon, or as his students refer to him, Farman Harmon, has taught agriculture education for the past 38 years. Mr. Harmon graduated from Gilbert High School, and although he did not take ag classes in high school, he became very close to Gilbert High School's ag teacher, Mr. Jack Cunningham, who was a wonderful mentor to him for many years. Mr. Harmon earned his bachelor's, master's, and master's plus 30 from Clemson University. Needless to say, his blood runs orange. Mr. Harmon began his teaching career at Calhoun Falls High School before moving to Lexington Technology Center, where he taught for 31 years. And he has, for the past 3 years, been at Pillion High School teaching with one of his lifelong friends. Throughout his teaching career, Mr. Harmon has advised many students to win numerous state titles in floriculture, nursery landscape, and creed speaking. He even had a floriculture team place in the top 10 at nationals. He has had 2 national officer candidates and 11 state officers, one being state president. He said some of his favorite memories from being an advisor include traveling to the National Soil and Land Evaluation, CDE, in Oklahoma City, taking students to the Washington Leadership Conference, attending national conventions in Kansas City, Louisville, and Indianapolis, and experiencing all of this with his colleagues and great friends and successful students. In addition to teaching, Mr. Harmon has served the South Carolina FFA Foundation Board and FFA Advisory Board for over 10 years. Mr. Harmon and his wife of 37 years have 3 wonderful children, Ben, Ansley, and Holly. They are active at St. David's Lutheran Church in West Columbia. After retiring from the classroom, Mr. Harmon will continue working at Wingard's Market, a retail garden center and market in Lexington. Mr. Harmon would like to leave us with one of his favorite lines: "It's time for me to learn you something." At this time, please help me in recognizing a great teacher in South Carolina and our guest advisor for the third general session, Mr. Tommy Harmon. It is now my pleasure to introduce the chair for the third general session. Tonight's chair is one of the sweetest girls you'll ever meet. She is always going above and beyond to help anyone in need. She is one of the hardest working people I have ever known and always sees the positivity in every situation. She can be described as cool, calm, and collected, but will always make you smile with one of her famous cheesy jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage your State Vice President, Brooke Feeder.
Thank you, Austin. FFA members, parents, advisors, and guests, welcome to the third general session. Yeah. Tonight is going to be an exciting night. We will be recognizing those goal-oriented and hard-working individuals who are candidates to receive their American or Honor American FFA degree. We will also be hearing from 2 of my teammates, Haley Neely and Audrey Cutlip, for their retiring addresses. Later on in the night, we'll be recognizing those people who have truly transformed our lives in a big way, our state officers, FFA advisors. Also, we will recognize those members who have truly transformed their purposes to actions in their supervised agricultural experiences as our state stars. Lastly, we will finish out with recognizing those who are receiving their honorary state degree, and to round out the night, we'll be hearing from our very own Deshaun Blanding, National FFA Southern Region Vice President. So, ladies and gentlemen, get ready to transform this third general session. So starting off tonight, I am pleased to have a special guest with us who is bringing remarks on behalf of Clemson University, President Clements. Now here to formally introduce him is a dedicated supporter of South Carolina agriculture and education. Please welcome to the stage Vice President for Public Service and Agriculture, Dr. George Askew.
Thank you. Good evening. You all having a good convention so far? Well, I think everything is going great. It's always great to see all the Blue Jackets walking around campus all day. It is always a pleasure to introduce President Clements. I've been working with him since the day he got here, and I can tell you South Carolina agriculture and land-grant universities and agriculture in general and extension and FFA does not have a stronger supporter anywhere in the country than in our president. From day one, he wanted to know what we do in extension. He wanted to talk to our extension people. Everything I've ever asked him to do in support of agriculture at Clemson University, he's always done. He's my good friend. He's our 15th president, and it's my honor to present to you President Jim Clements.
Thank you, Dr. Askew. Good evening. Go Tigers! I tell you what, I love the energy in this room tonight, and I am so thankful that we get to host the state FFA convention every single year. And you know what? We're going to keep right on doing it. I love that you were here. I really do want to start tonight just by saying I'm really honored. I've been blessed to have the opportunity to receive an honorary degree from South Carolina FFA, and I want you to tell you something. It's no secret. I love FFA. I love FFA. I love what it does, I love who you are, and I love what it means to this state. So for me, it is truly humbling to be recognized by such an outstanding student-led organization that really makes a positive long-term impact. So thank you very much. I do also want to point out and thank Dr. George Askew, our Dean of the College of Agriculture, Forestry, and Life Sciences, and our Vice President for Public Service. Dr. Askew is a great guy, does incredible work, and I know that FFA recognized him last year with an honorary state FFA degree. Would you please help me thank him for what he does for this great state? I tell you what, at Clemson, I'm blessed to work with some incredible people. I want to recognize and thank Dr. Tom Dobbins, our Director of Extension. Thank you, Dr. Dobbins, for your great job you do. Also want to offer a very special thank you to Mr. Keith Cox for his leadership. All right, come on. You can yell and scream all you want in this room tonight. He does a great job as Executive Director of the South Carolina FFA and his work as Associate State Director for Agriculture Education, so thank you, Keith. We're also blessed to have tonight Mr. Billy Keels here with us, the State Director for Agriculture Education. Would you please help me thank him? By the way, as I look around this room with nearly 1,000 members and guests, there's a special group that I do want to thank and recognize, and for all of the students, make sure you thank your teachers and your mentors who are here with you tonight. You know, it's a blessing for us who work in education to be able to have an impact, influence, to educate and to lead others. So to the teachers and mentors, thank you for the important work you do. Would you please help me thank them? We also had tonight several elected officials with us who were very, very busy at this time, but they took the time to be here tonight. It is a tough job to serve in the way they do. Would you please help me thank them? This group, you were blessed to have an incredible group of state officers who have served for you and with you this past year. I do want to point them out and give them a little love and thanks as they wrap up their term. Austin Cathcart, State President, who is a sophomore at Clemson, majoring in agriculture education. Your State Secretary, Joey, who is also a sophomore at Clemson, majoring in agriculture education. And Brooke, your State Vice President, also a sophomore at Clemson. You notice the little trend here, right? I want you to know I like it. We also have Haley Neely, State Vice President, a student at Tri-County Tech, who plans to transfer to Clemson. For Haley. Caitlin Simmons, State Vice President, who will be rolling at Clemson in the fall to major in health sciences. For Caitlin. And Audrey, State Vice President, who's in the Bridge to Clemson program and plans to come to Clemson in the fall and major in agriculture education. I tell you what, that is a stellar, stellar group of young leaders, and I love that FFA leadership is totally dominated by Clemson people. So to them, thank you for your leadership. The truth is, hey, look, it's not easy to be a leader. It's not easy to step up. It takes a lot of work. You give a lot of yourself and a lot of your time, and I know they did. So I'm very thankful for the work that they have done. And for all of you who are running for a leadership spot next year, thank you for your willingness to step up and volunteer to lead. I do want to wish all of them good luck as they wait to find out the results. But I'm thrilled that there's a large number who are stepping up. So as I look around this room tonight, here's what I feel. I feel like the future's in really good hands. Like the future is in really good hands. I'm really thankful for all of you in this room. And I want you to know I'm really, really proud of you. Just watching the energy and as you were playing and having fun as this started, it's really, really special. You're part of something really special. So all of you sitting here tonight, you have a potentially major role to play in the future of this great state and this nation. As I look around, you are our future leaders, and we are counting on you. Agriculture, as you know, is vital to all of us. Farmers grow the products that we all need to live. Agriculture has been by far and is by far the largest economic engine in this great state. And I know that all of you might not actually go into agriculture. You might not be farmers, but that's okay. For those of you who aren't going that path, it's okay. Many of you will. And for that, I'm very, very thankful because South Carolina and the world will always need good farmers. But I know this, no matter what field you pick, your participation in FFA, it doesn't matter what you choose to do, it's teaching you important life skills such as leadership, communication skills, citizenship, teamwork, things that will help you for the rest of your life, again, no matter what you do. So I know that some of you will be joining us here at Clemson as freshmen in the fall. Woo, all right, if you're joining us, let's hear it. I want you to know that as you come in as a freshman, you will love it at the home of the national champion Clemson Tigers. And I am personally excited to welcome you into the Clemson family. For those of you coming in as freshmen, my wife Beth and I will be hosting a picnic for incoming students in the beginning of the fall semester, and I look forward to seeing you there. If you're there, make sure you come up and say hello and tell me you're part of FFA, and then we will be instant friends. I also know that some of you are already students at Clemson, and I want you to know that I'm really proud of you, and I'm really proud that you continue your involvement in FFA, and I'm thankful that you came back for this summer convention. For those of you who are still in high school, I hope that you will consider Clemson when it's time to pick a college. After all, this is the best land-grant college in the country. And I can promise you, you will get an outstanding education regardless of what you study, whether it's agriculture or one of our other great majors. I can tell you the faculty and staff in CAFLS are unbelievably amazing, and they do incredible work. So at Clemson, I want you to know this, and this is something we should never forget. We have our roots in agriculture. It's been part of who we were ever since we were founded in 1889. I want you to know we always have been, we are, and we always will be a school that is proud to be a leader in agriculture, education, and research. When Thomas Green Clemson set up this great university and he wrote his will, he established us to create a school that teaches agriculture to help lead this great state and its people to a prosperous future. So he knew what he was doing, and he knew how important an event like this is. So even today, we continue to educate the farmers of tomorrow and the farmers of today through our extension teams and through our faculty. I want you to know I'm biased. The very first event I attended at Clemson was an extension event, and I did that intentionally because I think we have the best extension team in the entire nation. I know that all of you in this room are very passionate and very motivated students. I know you have a great future. And I know this. All of you have been given many important gifts and talents from God. I know you have a personal responsibility to use those gifts and use those talents to make this world a better place for others. And there are many ways you can do that. There are many ways you can put those gifts and talents to use. One way is by being a farmer. Farmers make a difference for all of us. And I know you will not let us down. I know you won't. You know why? Because we're counting on you and because we need you. And I hope that our paths cross again in the future at another FFA convention, or maybe as you walk across the stage at Clemson, I shake your hand and give you your diploma. So thank you again for being part of this special group. Thank you for the honorary degree. I'm proud to be recognized by such a wonderful group of leaders. I hope you enjoy the rest of the convention. May God bless you, and go Tigers!
President Clements, thank you so much for the way that you strengthen and preserve Clemson's agricultural legacy. We are so glad that you could join us tonight. And first of all, we would like to present you with this gift. A beautiful painting made by a former FFA member. And at this time, if Austin could join me on stage, please. We know that you have another event tonight, so we'd like to go ahead and present you with your honorary state degree.
Thank you.
President Clemens, thank you for everything that you've done to support the FFA and agriculture in the state of South Carolina. I would like to impress upon you that we look to you now for counsel and guidance in the future. Thank you and welcome to the honorary membership.
Thank you, sir.
At this time, please join me in welcoming to the stage a close friend to the FFA, Dr. Tom Dobbins.
Thank y'all. I finally decided to show up tonight with a scheduling conflict last night. Would Billy Keels please come out here and join me on the stage? One of the great parts of working for the state of South Carolina, that after you dedicate your life to this place for so many years, you get a, make sure my bosses are not back there, a cheesy certificate. But Billy, when you get 30 years in, they give it to you in a nice plaque and frame. But I want to congratulate you on behalf of President Clements, Dr. Askew, and Clemson University for giving 20 years of dedicated, over 20 years of dedicated service to the state of South Carolina. We really appreciate what you've done for Ag Ed and for the South Carolina FFA. Thank you very much.
Big thank you to Mr. Keels. He does so much for our association. So at this time, we'll recognize those individuals who are candidates to receive their American FFA degree later this fall at National Convention. The American FFA degree is the highest degree a member can earn in our organization. These degrees are awarded to nearly 3,500 people at National Convention. This number represents less than 1% of all FFA members. At this time, would Joey please recognize those individuals?
Audrey Cutlook, Blythewood. Madison Lovelace, Clover. Brooke Feeder, Pelion. Katie Martin, Pendleton. South Carolina FFA is proud of your accomplishment. Congratulations to our American degree recipients.
Next up, we would like to recognize the individuals who are receiving their honorary American FFA degree at National Convention. Nominations for the honorary American FFA degree must be sent to the State FFA Association. Nominations are then forwarded to our National FFA organization. Mr. Secretary, will you please read the names of the candidates who are to receive this honor?
Mr. Jason Creamer. Mr. Calvert Sherrod. Congratulations to our honorary American degree recipients.